Alright, this here is the HappyCabbie, and today we're going to show you how to make the Wolverine balloon. You're going to take 2 white balloons, you're going to take 2 blush balloons, 1 blue balloon, and 2 uninflated gray balloons. Okay, now let's pick up one of the white balloons. We're going to squeeze it and also stretch it out, and that makes the balloons a little bit more limber. We're going to start off with 2 pinch twists. Okay, there's one right there. And there's the other. Now if you're having difficulty learning the pinch twist, I actually have a tutorial on how to do the pinch twist. It's a lot more slowed down. This is considered a basic twisting technique, so if you don't know how to do the pinch twist, watch the pinch twist tutorial. This balloon right here is pretty much designed for intermediate balloon twisters. So we got the simple twisting techniques on the balloon instruction playlist. Okay, so we made 2 more pinch twists. Now we folded it over. And there we go. We have sort of what looks like a little giraffe's head right there. Okay. Now we're going to make a long bubble followed by 2 more pinch twists. And these are going to form our shoulders on either end. And the pinch twist in the middle, of course, is going to form the neck. Alright, there we go. Going to wrap it around. And you notice that I'm squeezing the balloon each and every time. This helps keep the balloon from popping, as soft balloons are, a lot more limber and they don't pop as much. Then I also use top quality materials. The stuff from the party store is just a little bit too flimsy. If you want to know a good place where you can order balloons, there's a link in the sidebar where I get a lot of my balloons from. And I like to use the Qualitex balloons. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the knot, drop it on the floor, and might as well leave that little blooper in. Some people like the bloopers. There we go. Now what we're going to do is we're going to wrap the tail of the balloon around the 2 pinch twists in the middle until it feels good, tight, and secure. There we go. That feels about right there. Now we're going to make 1 small bubble right here. And we're just going to make 1 pinch twist. This is going to form our waist, where we attach the legs to. This here is kind of tricky. What you want to do is you want to roll the tail of the balloon around those 2 pinch twists in the middle. Now, I know that's kind of tight right in there, but if you have some practice and also if you use proper twisting techniques along with good quality balloons, then it shouldn't be a problem. And what I like to do here, instead of cutting off at the top, is I like to cut off down at the bottom. That way I can use my little end pieces just in case I need to graft in a new end. Okay. And then what we do is we just kind of set it down, tuck all the knots together, make it all nice and presentable, and there we go. Now we're going to make 2 pinch twists right here. We're going to twist it around, take the knot, push it through. There we go. And now what we're going to do is we're going to twist in opposite directions. Now some of you may be recognizing this balloon design as my Incredible Hulk, and it is a variation off of that design. The only difference is the hands are pinch twisted together, and that way we can attach the claws to them later on. Now you can use 1 balloon to do both hands. The reason why I'm using 2 is some of you guys may not know how to inflate the balloons without having the nozzle there. So, trying to make this as simple as I can. But you can use 1 balloon for both the hands, and eventually the head is the final piece. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut right there. I'm going to keep that part inflated by just holding in that finger. And it takes a little bit of a talent to pull off, by the way. And there we go. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this, I'm going to squeeze the balloon all the way down to the bottom, and then let some of the air out. I basically just want a bubble just the perfect size for a head. There we go. Now we're going to tie it off into a knot. And there we go. Take the scissors, trim off a little bit, but I also want to leave enough material left on to attach it to the 2 pinch twists. when I get a chance. Now, the arms, I just want to wrap them around the 2 pinch twists until they feel good and secure. And there we go. Now we're going to attach the other one. And again, wrap it around until it feels good, tight, and secure. And there we go. Now what we're going to do, we're going to take the blue balloon and we're going to make a loop twist, just like you would use if you were doing a flower petal, followed by a small bubble and a pinch twist. That is going to form 1 foot. Now what we're going to do, we're going to squeeze it like that, and that's going to form our knee joint. We're going to twist, and we're going to wrap it around that white bubble right there, otherwise known as the butt bubble. Hey now. Squeeze it again, and also squeeze the air back in. Now what I want to do is I want to measure the legs, make them as straight as possible, followed by another loop twist like you would do in a flower petal, then a pinch twist. And because Wolverine is not bow-legged, I like to make 2 small little bubbles and attach the 2 legs. This not only brings the 2 legs together, but it also helps prevent the balloon from coming undone and unraveled. I cut it off right there, and then what I do is I attach that end to the original knot. I tie them together, and again, it helps keep the balloon from coming undone and unraveled. Now the gray balloon, I just want a puff of air in it. I'm not even going to inflate it. I'm going to tie it off at one end, and maybe about 1 inch, then tie off at the other end, and then cut it off. And having a little puff of air keeps the balloon sticking straight out rather than, being flimsy. Again, just a puff of air, tie into a knot. Now I want to measure it to the other claw. I want to have the claws the same size. I want to make 3 claws for each hand. I've already done the other claws in advance. I'm just showing you how to do the claw on one hand here. Just a little bit of a puff. Tie in one end, measure it against the others, and then tie it off into the other end. There we go. And then we just cut off the excess. Then what we're going to do is we're going to wrap the claws around the pinch twist of the hand. Now you want to make sure that one end of the claws has a little bit extra room, just so you can do the attaching. The end of the claws are sticking out, cut them pretty close to the knot. Alright, now what we're going to do, we're going to take the head, and just like we did the arms, wrap it around until it feels good and secure. Then we take a marker, and we draw a little face on it. And this is what it's going to look like in a second. There we go. And we take some quarters, and you stick the quarters in the slots of the feet, and the balloon will now be able to stand perfectly upright. Now, if you want to see what Wolverine beat out that sculpture, it was a 15-hour balloon sculpture. Won grand prize. Check it out.